hope you find you well. Today's lesson will be physical and chemical changes. But firstly, a quick review. Chemical reactions. During a chemical reaction, both physical and chemical properties do change. So, for example, in a chemical reaction are everywhere, such as respiration. The example is when glucose reacts with oxygen, gives carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Chemical reactions are represented by chemical equations, as we said. A plus B, which are the reactants, gives C, which is the product. For example, solid sodium combined with chlorine gas make a solid sodium chloride. Chemical equations are different from numerical equations. Numerical equations you have done in mathematics, such as 3x plus 2y gives 47, but in chemistry, a chemical equation is 2 sodium plus chlorine gives 2 sodium chloride. The symbols that are used in chemical equations. We have plus, which separates more than one reactant from or a product. The arrow separates reactant from products, indicates the direction of the reaction. S in brackets indicates solid states. AQ indicates something that is dissolved in water. Aqueous is called. L identifies liquid state and G gaseous state. Chemical reactions. In a chemical equation, we have said we have number of atoms are conserved. Mass is conserved. Chemical bonding changes. The electrical charge is conserved. Number of molecules and the volume may not be conserved. Since the number of atoms and mass must be conserved, chemical equations should be balanced during using coefficients on reactants and product side. Steps of balancing these equations. Firstly, we write the skeleton of the equation. Second, count the numbers of the elements in the reactants. Third, count the atoms of the elements in the products. Fourth, change the coefficients to make the number of atoms of each element on both sides the same. Write the coefficients in their lowest possible ratio and check your work. Balancing chemical equations, another example. We have methane, which is a gas, plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide and water. First, we count the number of carbons. On the left side we have 1 carbon, on the right side we have 1 carbon, which is equal. We check the hydrogens. On the left side we have 4, on the right side we have 2. Oxygens, on the left side we have 2, on the right side we have 3. Total number of atoms is 7 and total number of atoms is 6. They're not equal. So what do? We use the coefficients to balance them. First, we add 1 coefficient number 2 on the oxygen and 1 on the water to make them equal. Another, iron oxide plus sulfuric acid. Hint, balance the polyatomic ion first. Consider the whole polyatomic ion as an element. As we said, consider it as a charge. Matter is not destroyed or created. Atoms are rearranged in chemical reactions. Chemical equations represent chemical reactions. You have the same number of each type of atom on the left and the right hand side of a chemical equation. Now, going to physical properties. We have appearance, texture, color, odor, melting and boiling point, density, conductivity. Physical change. What is a physical change? A physical change alters the form of a substance but does not change it into another substance. Changes in states or of substance in dissolution. No change in chemical composition, no new substance is formed. Phase changes are physical processes. For example, when we turn gas into liquid, liquid into solid, or vice versa. Chemical properties. We have flammability, it's the tendency to undergo a reaction with another substance, reactivity, as we said. Chemical bonds, strong bonds between the atoms are broken and formed, new substance is formed. For example, baking a cake. When a substance undergoes into chemical change, it changes into a different substance with different properties. Physical versus chemical changes. In the chemical change are not easily reversed. New products are formed, reactants used up, often releases heat, light, sound, or fizzing occurs. Electricity may be produced, a precipitate may be formed, example, wood burning. In physical, they are easily reversible, no new products are formed, often just a state of change, example, ice melting. We have burning, rusting, digestion of food, photosynthesis, etc. Chemical changes are equal with chemical reactions. 5 signs of a chemical change. 1 is color change and 2 is precipitation. Third one is gas production and temperature change. And the last one is changing in characteristics, properties, odor, light given off. The best example is with light sticks. If we have some practical exercises, chemical or physical change. If we have a cutting paper, it's a physical change. Toast burning is a chemical change. Ice melting is a physical change. Rocket fuel burning is a chemical change. Disappearing puddle is physical because it evaporates. Sawing wood is again physical. Metal rusting is chemical and candle burning is chemical. For homework, check the previous worksheets that I have given you on Google Class. Send these worksheets after completing them on our Google Class, and if you have any questions, direct message through Google Class. Thank you.